Hello and welcome back to Mac at the Movies. Today I'm bringing you another weekly movie review with the film Top Gun Maverick. This film was released May 27th, 2022 by Skydance Media and directed by Joseph Kosinski, who had also directed Spiderhead, Only the Brave, and Tron Legacy. Reprising their roles, we have actors Tom Cruise as Pete Mitchell, who plays call sign Maverick, and Val Kilmer, who plays Tom Kazansky, call sign Iceman. Bringing new characters to the role, or to the film, we have Miles Teller, who plays Lieutenant Bradley Bradshaw, call sign Rooster, and Jennifer Connelly, who plays Penny. It's Maverick's love interest in this film. She owns the bar that they're at, and adds a lot of humor early on into the film. This film essentially surrounds the story of Maverick trying to get pushed out of the Navy, and Iceman basically brings him back in and assigns him a new role to train a new crop of Top Gun pilots to take on a very dangerous mission wherein they're going to bomb this underground uranium facility to stop, production of, uranium for nuclear weapons, things like that. Maverick is tasked to train these new pilots and basically create this team. He's given, I believe it was 10, 12 pilots, and he has to whittle them down to 6, I believe it is. Or no, 8, because he needs 2 teams of 2. And so he has to whittle them down to these 8 pilots. And of course, you have the chemistry like you had with the original Top Gun, where you have the Iceman character who's just very arrogant, and he is the best pilot in the world. And then you have all the other characters that are just like, we need to be a team, we need to come together. So it's a really interesting film with that dynamic in this one. You don't already have these teams that are established. It's these teams, it's these pilots coming together to build this team, and the process that they go through. This film definitely has a lot of callbacks to the original, as well as sequences like there's a beach football scene where they're trying to come together as a team. That's very reminiscent of the volleyball scene of the first film. You have a lot of callbacks to the first film that when I was initially informed of this film, I was told that they were little small nods here and there, but it seems like the film is riddled with them here and there. So definitely a lot of fun, though, especially if you love the first movie. And I don't feel like in this one it relies solely on those callbacks, which is what I enjoyed. It didn't rely so much on the first film. It just added to it and built upon that. You get the character of Bob in this film, who plays call sign Bob, who is just a very endearing character. He's very admirable, and his feet are always on the ground. And like it's not like he takes chances, but he knows where he needs to be to shine. And I really liked his character. I was going to write Tom Cruise a very angry letter if Bob died in this film. So thankfully that didn't happen, because I really enjoyed Bob. And then you have the character of Hangman, Jake. His call sign is Hangman in this film, and he is just arrogant as can be. He thinks he's the best of the best of the best, but at the same time, it's believed that he got his call sign Hangman because he leaves his co-pilots out to hang. He's trying to do his best to be the best and to be first at everything, that he completely forgets or cares about anyone else in his mission. The fact that he was able to achieve and he was able to obtain this, that, and the other. It's sort of like he is the embodiment of both Iceman and Maverick from the first film. And I really like how later in the film you sort of get that he finally finds his place in the team. While he thinks he is the leader and he is the end-all be-all of pilots, you find out that he's not as what he's cracked up to be, but you find his place in the mission, you find his place in the story, and I really like how the film ended with his character. There were a couple of things I thought I could have done without in this film. There were a few moments that seemed very Mission Impossible-esque that I didn't. It seemed like it took me out from the first movie seemed very much like you had the dog fighting, this, that, and the other, but this movie seemed very Mission Impossible-esque at some moments, especially during a scene after a plane crash. There's just this chunk of time and distance that doesn't make sense. You have to suspend disbelief in the realm of action films to see how a lot of what happened could have happened in the time limit provided. There was a moment with a helicopter I thought was way overkill for like a fallen soldier. You have a plane crash, you have one lonely soldier just out here in the middle of nowhere, and you have this helicopter, this like tactical helicopter come down with machine guns after this one person, when you think that they would just pick him up and try to rip his toenails off to get answers about something. That I didn't care for in the movie. However, it did add to that level of intensity intensity and like suspense, trying to what's going to happen next. Are they going to get out of this situation? What are we doing here? So I enjoyed that. I'm not the biggest fan of action films. I typically critique them a little bit more in the realm of whether or not they're believable, but this one I really enjoyed from beginning to end. It was just a fun movie. It harkens back to the 80s, which I didn't live many years in, but enough to get raised on these films, that it wasn't something I just had to find out in the wild. So it was able to harken back at that feel of an 80s movie, and it didn't take away from anything. I definitely suggest checking this film out, especially on the big screen if you get the opportunity. I wish I would have seen it a little earlier on myself, because I think it was in the IMAX, and there were some moments, especially a lot of the flying sequences, that would have been amazing on the IMAX. I'm glad I went to go see it in the theater, and I didn't just wait for it to come out on Blu-ray and DVD. But it was a fantastic movie. If you've seen it, let me know down in the comments below what you thought about it. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What did you have to say about it? Smash that thumbs up and notification bell, subscribe, all that fun jazz. But all in all, great film. I have to give it a solid 4 stars out of 5. Definitely check it out. So I hope everyone out there is doing well. I hope if you did see this film, you enjoyed it. And if you're anticipating it, I hope you see it and enjoy it. And today's Father's Day. So for all you dads out there, happy Father's Day. You do your best. So thank you for all that you do. And, get out and see a movie. So thank you all for stopping by. Always be good to one another, and I'll see you next time. Bye.